In November 2022, a new website quietly appeared online. There were no huge celebrations, no worldwide marketing campaign. No one expected it to become one of the fastest-growing technologies in history. Yet within days, millions of people were using it. Students used it to study, writers used it to create content, businesses used it to save time, programmers used it to write code. The tool was called ChatGPT. And in less than a year, it's changed how people work, learn, and communicate. Some believed it would create incredible opportunities. Others feared it would replace millions of jobs. But one thing was clear. The world had entered a new era of artificial intelligence. This is the story of how ChatGPT changed the world. Before ChatGPT, getting answers online usually meant searching through dozens of websites. If you wanted information, you opened a search engine. Then you clicked one website, then another. Finding exactly what you needed often took time. Writing was also a slow process. Students spent hours researching assignments. Businesses spent countless hours creating reports and emails. Programmers searched forums trying to solve coding problems. Many everyday tasks required significant effort. Technology had become incredibly advanced, but people still spent large amounts of time searching, reading, and organizing information. The world needed a faster way to interact with knowledge. What if, instead of searching through pages of information, you could simply ask a question and receive a direct answer? For years, this idea seemed impossible. Then, artificial intelligence began improving at an incredible speed. Researchers started building systems that could understand and generate human language. These systems became smarter with every new version, and eventually, one company would bring this technology to the public in a way that changed everything. That company was OpenAI. The company behind ChatGPT did not begin as a business trying to make money. It began with a much bigger goal. In 2015, a group of technology leaders and researchers came together with a bold idea. They believed artificial intelligence would become one of the most powerful technologies ever created. But they also believed it needed to be developed responsibly. Among the people involved were some of the biggest names in technology. Their mission was simple: create advanced artificial intelligence that could benefit humanity. The organization was called OpenAI. At first, few people paid attention. Artificial intelligence was still a niche topic. Most people were more interested in smartphones, social media, and online shopping. But behind the scenes, OpenAI's researchers were working on a new generation of AI systems. These systems learned by studying enormous amounts of text from books, articles, websites, and other sources. Over time, the technology became more capable. It could write sentences, then paragraphs, then entire articles. It could answer questions, translate languages, summarize information, and even generate computer code. Each new version became more impressive than the last. Still, very few people outside the technology world noticed that was about to change, because OpenAI was preparing to release a product that would introduce artificial intelligence to millions of ordinary people around the world. A product called ChatGPT. And once it launched, nothing would be the same again. In November 2022, OpenAI officially launched ChatGPT. At first, it looked like a simple chatbot. People typed questions into a text box. The AI responded in seconds. Simple, but once people started using it, they quickly realized something was different. Unlike traditional search engines, ChatGPT could have conversations. It could explain difficult topics in simple language. It could write essays, create business plans, generate computer code, write stories, and answer questions on almost any subject. The internet was amazed. People began sharing screenshots on social media. Videos about ChatGPT started appearing everywhere. News organizations covered the story. Technology experts called it a breakthrough. Within just 5 days, ChatGPT reached 1 million users. For comparison, many successful apps take months or even years to reach that number. ChatGPT did it in less than a week. The growth was unlike anything most people had ever seen. As more people discovered the tool, its popularity exploded. Students used it to help with schoolwork. Entrepreneurs used it to save time. Content creators used it to generate ideas. Developers used it to write and debug code. Businesses began exploring how AI could improve productivity. The world was witnessing the beginning of a major technological shift. For the first time, advanced artificial intelligence was available to ordinary people, and millions were eager to see what it could do. What started as a simple chatbot was quickly becoming a global phenomenon. But the biggest impact was still ahead, because ChatGPT was about to change the way people worked, learned, and created content forever. As ChatGPT continued to grow, people began finding new ways to use it every day. Students used it to explain difficult subjects. Writers used it to overcome writer's block. Business owners used it to draft emails, reports, and marketing content. Programmers used it to write code faster than ever before. What once took hours could now be done in minutes. The impact was immediate. Companies around the world started paying attention. Some saw artificial intelligence as an opportunity. Others saw it as a threat. Experts began asking an important question. Could AI replace certain jobs? For many workers, the idea was concerning. If a machine could write, analyze data, answer questions, and generate content, what would happen to traditional office jobs? The debate quickly spread across the world. Supporters argued that AI would increase productivity and create new opportunities. Critics warned that it could disrupt industries and affect millions of workers. Despite the concerns, adoption continued to grow. Major companies started investing billions of dollars into artificial intelligence. A new race had begun. Technology giants were suddenly competing to build the most powerful AI systems. Governments, businesses, schools, and organizations all wanted to understand how this technology would shape the future. Within a short period of time, artificial intelligence became one of the most discussed topics on Earth. And at the center of that conversation was ChatGPT. What started as an experimental chatbot had become a symbol of a new technological era. The age of AI had officially arrived. As powerful as ChatGPT seems today, many experts believe we are only seeing the beginning. Artificial intelligence continues to improve at an incredible pace. Each new version becomes faster, smarter, and more capable. Tasks that once required specialized skills can now be completed by anyone with access to AI tools. In the future, AI could help doctors diagnose diseases more accurately. It could help teachers create personalized learning experiences. Businesses could become more efficient than ever before. Scientists could use AI to accelerate research and make new discoveries. But these opportunities also come with challenges. Questions about privacy, security, misinformation, and job displacement remain unanswered. Governments around the world are working to understand how AI should be regulated. Companies are investing billions of dollars into AI development, and society is still learning how to adapt to this rapidly changing technology. No one knows exactly what the future will look like, but one thing is certain. Artificial intelligence is no longer a technology of the future. It is a technology of today, and its influence will continue to grow in the years ahead. The decisions made now could shape the future of humanity for generations. When ChatGPT launched in 2022, few people could have predicted its impact. What began as a simple chatbot quickly became one of the most influential technologies in the world. It changed how people learn, how people work, how people create, and how people think about artificial intelligence. For some, it represents opportunity, for others uncertainty. But regardless of where the future leads, ChatGPT has already left its mark on history. The AI revolution is no longer coming. It has already begun, and the world may never be the same again. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe to Future Ledger for more stories about business, technology, artificial intelligence, and the ideas shaping our future. Thanks for watching.